If you want to see how I took my closet from this to this for less than $1,000, stay tuned. Hi guys, I am Monica. I am the face behind Dr. Do It Yourself. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, which most of you are because I'm just really getting started on YouTube, I am a physical therapist and I love to do DIY. Pretty much anything DIY, you can find it over here, from hair tutorial, DIY home projects such as this closet, mom hacks, party decor, wedding decor, we do it all. So if that sounds like you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. It's an easy and free way to support me so that I can get more videos out to you just like this one. All right, let's get it started. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I built this closet for less than $1,000, where I sourced my materials from, as well as some of the products that I have purchased since completing this closet for organization and storage. Now, I will also include affiliate links for these products. I'm sure you will love those. So if you are looking for those, you can find that down in the description box below. So we've been in this house for 5 years now. And in this house, of course, we got builder grade closet, 2 long racks on both sides of the closet. I have been wanting to get a custom closet for a while. So being that I do content, I actually reached out to a couple of brands. That fell through, but I was trying to see if I could get a closet gifted and then do content for them. But that would have been about $10,000 for a closet this size. The second option, which is a little bit better on price, is IKEA. So IKEA has the pack system. It would run me probably about $4,500 when I did the calculations. I was able to do this entire closet for less than $1,000. So I found this closet on Facebook Marketplace for $250. I actually had been looking for a closet for a couple months, and I had talked to a couple of vendors. You know how Facebook Marketplace can be. Tried to get one from someone, said, hey, when can I come pick it up? They said, oh, I already sold it. You're just like, oh my gosh. So I found this one. This seller was amazing. So he actually had it listed, but he hadn't disassembled it from his home. He was getting a brand new custom closet for his home. And he said, I just don't want to throw this away. When we went to go pick this up from his home, he was absolutely amazing. He had taken the whole thing down, brought everything downstairs to his garage so we could easily put it in our cars. We had to bring 2 cars, my husband and mine, to load everything up, all the shelves, all the drawers, all the walls, I'll call them, of the closet. And he was absolutely amazing. I actually need to send him a message on Facebook and show him pictures of the closet so that he can see how this closet turned out. If you're watching, thank you so much. This is what your closet made. Thank you for not throwing it away. And another thing about Facebook Marketplace that I do like is the sustainability aspect. A lot of people will ask me, why didn't you just build a closet? You know how to cut wood. You know how to build. Just build the boxes on your own. First of all, I don't want to do that. If you already have shelves that are primed, drawers that easily can go in, the peg holes for the drawers, the shelves already, ready to go, I'm not going to sit there and cut all of this wood. And plus, this is like pre-finished cabinets. So it's not going to be like pine or anything like that. It's going to be a lot more smooth, a lot less sanding, a lot less time. I could not imagine doing this from scratch. That I wouldn't be done. And I would have probably got so frustrated that I probably just would have stopped. So I got the closet in the fall and I started construction, putting it all together actually in January of this year. So the first thing I had to do was demolition. So first things first, get all the clothes out of the closet, take the wires down, fill in all the holes where the wire racks were mounted into the wall. And then I took up the carpet. I did the floors in here, and guess where I got my floors from? Facebook Marketplace. So this closet is small. I think it was about 100 square feet. And I looked on Facebook Marketplace. Someone had done a construction job. They had some leftover boxes of wood, hardwood floor, engineered hardwood, and they were selling about 100 square feet for $100, like $1 a square foot. That's actually really good, easy for me. I went and picked it up, done deal. If I didn't do that, that was probably going to go in the garbage or a landfill. So after I did the floors and patched all the walls, it was time to build the closet. They were initially floating closets. So the closets were hung up on a rack and they did not touch the floor. I wanted mine to actually be built in. So the next thing I did after doing the floors was build a base. So I built a base out of 2x4s, made sure everything was as level as possible, and then I started to build the walls of the closet. It was like a puzzle. This was probably one of the hardest pieces because I did not have any instructions from the buyer that I bought it from, or the seller, sorry, on Facebook Marketplace. So I had no idea how to put this together. I started with the drawers because I could see, okay, this is a wall for the drawer. This is the other wall because he left the sliders in of the drawers. So I put those together first, and then I could see how the whole closet functioned and how to get those together. Once I figured that out, I was able to put all the rest of them together and then started to map out and plan the design of the closet. I could not design this closet until I knew what I had as far as different sections of the closet. So once I figured that out, I was able to start with the design. So once I finished the boxes, building them all together and coming up with a layout for both my side and my husband's side of the closet, I put those on top of the base that I created on the floor and secured them in. So after the main boxes were complete, I then had a lot of shelves and a couple of walls from the original closet still left over. So I used all of that wood and I actually built a second layer on top of the original closet so that my closet would reach the ceiling. So that part I had to cut all the boards down to a customized size to make sure they went up to the ceiling. From there, I started to trim out the closet, and this is when I actually had to go to the hardware store and get extra wood so that we can add trim, crown molding. I already had baseboards from the previous closet, my closet before. I think I had to buy a little bit more to fill in some of the gaps, but buying extra wood just to make everything feel built in. So every time I do a DIY project, I pretty much have to do something new, something that I have never done before. So for this closet, I did floating shelves for the first time. That went okay, but that was probably the hardest part of the renovation because I had never done them before. So right after I finished building them, I saw someone else doing them online and I was like, that would have been much easier. So I actually built boxes that would slide onto the support that I had anchored into the drywall or into the studs. But the way that I saw someone else do it, they had a support in the back, two sides on each side that were the finishing part of the shelf. And then they added the top, bottom, and front piece. I said, oh, okay. Next time I'll do that. But it's a learning experience. I would say if I had any advice for anyone doing DIY, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to not have things perfect. You learn as you go. As your skills get better, your projects will also get better. But don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to try something new. So the next time I do floating shelves, it will be much better than these shelves. So the second piece that I built, other than the floating shelves, were the drawer fronts. So originally, ours did come with drawer fronts. However, those drawer fronts were like, I don't know, it's called like a fiberboard material or something, but basically it was peeling. The material that they cover it with was peeling and it was a little dated. And I just kind of wanted to give a newer, more modern look. So I end up doing slim shaker cabinets. And if you want to check my Instagram, I do have a video on how I built those. I kind of just built them like a picture frame. So I took some small pieces of trim, built it around a piece of plywood, made sure everything was secured, glued, sanded them down, and then we'll get into how I painted everything in this closet. So once everything was built, the trim is in, the walls are in, all the boxes are in, everything is attached to the wall and ready to go. Now it's time to paint. I was nervous about doing this because I did a built-in for my sister-in-law last year, and I followed all the steps that everyone told me to do online. I can't remember what kind of primer I used, but it was a shellac primer. Like everyone told me to, followed by Sherwin-Williams paint, the enamel kind, cabinet quality. And I did all the steps, and I could literally go like on her built-in cabinet, and it would mark up. Luckily, this is for an office, so it's probably not going to be touched as much as like a closet, or definitely not like a kitchen. So hopefully it's okay, but I did feel really bad about that because I did everything I was told to. I did not have this problem in this closet, and I'm so glad. Because the closet gets used a lot more, and I don't need nicks all over the place every time you touch it. So what steps I use? I'm going to also include these products in the description box below. I'll have a link to my LTK, and you can find the affiliates for some of these. There was a primer that I used. It's a Rust-Oleum primer. This primer is a spray paint, but it worked so good. I actually spray painted in the house. So luckily I have a window in my closet. I had the window open. I had a full, gas mask, whatever you call it. It's the heavy duty kind. I'll link that too because it worked. So I had that on while I was spraying. I actually sprayed the whole closet indoors. I taped everything off, had everything taped off from the other side of the house, but you're still going to smell it in the house. Luckily for me, it didn't take too long to air out. The weather was actually really good during that time, so we didn't have the air on. I had the window open, just hoped that no birds flew in here overnight, because I had it open overnight to just try to get that air out. But that primer worked really good. I used it for the shelves and the door or the drawer fronts and the floating shelves. Now those I all did outside. If you can do it outside, that's obviously recommended versus indoors, but my closet was already built in. Then I use Sherwin-Williams cabinet quality paint. It's really good. Has a very nice soft sheen to it. So it gives it that kind of not too shiny, but a shiny look, so it's not dull. This paint works so well with this paint sprayer that I have that I got on TikTok Shop. This paint sprayer cost me, I think, like $40. Don't quote me on that. I will try to link that as well. But this paint sprayer was amazing. And I was really nervous about my drawer fronts because that was actually plywood. It wasn't the cabinet quality wood that I had from the closet that I sourced from Facebook. But this was actually raw wood. We primed it, then painted it, and I just didn't want it to look different from the other wood. It turned out so good. It's smooth, it looks professional looking, and I'm happy about it. So breaking down all the steps, sanded the entire thing, then spray painted it with the primer, sanded it again to make sure everything was smooth with 400 grit sandpaper, wiped it all down again, because every time you sand, you have to wipe it down. Wiped it down with a wet rag, made sure everything was clean, then spray painted it. Sanded it again, then did coat number 2. So it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Drying time in between with the spray paint was very minimal. The spray paint dried pretty quickly, but you do have to make sure your paint that you're actually spraying dries really well. So I was letting things like that dry overnight. So once everything was dry, everything was painted, it was time to start moving things in. I could start to customize the closet by figuring out where I wanted my shelves, how much distance I wanted in between my shelves for my shoes, for my husband's side. This is a part that's fun to me. At this point, now I'm having fun because, you know, you get to that point in the renovation, probably when I was doing all that sanding and resanding and wiping down, that is not fun. That part is not fun at all. But once everything's dry and I was just able to start putting in the closet rods, the shelves, then I was starting to get excited. So that's when I started to customize the closet, and I was able to get some items from Amazon to help with organization in my closet. Okay, so let's do a tour. So this area over here, I actually customized. I wanted an area to hang my dresses, so I built out this area here so that I can have an area that's just to hang longer dresses. So I love this jewelry trays, or these jewelry trays that I got off of Amazon. They're absolutely amazing. I just put them together today. But nothing beats actually being able to see your jewelry and know what you're going to put on versus digging in a jewelry box to figure out how to put it all together. So these are from Amazon. These shoe stackers are also from Amazon. These are some risers that I actually got from my sister that she no longer needs. I got that from the Container Store. They actually have a sale right now. If you didn't know, Container Store is actually merging with Bed Bath & Beyond. So a lot of their stuff is on sale. So if you need something, I would go get it. This is just supposed to be for bracelets. I need to get another one for my necklaces. As you can see, that is taller. So this closet actually came with these valet rods. I did paint them. I probably need to do some touch-up paint around there, but you can hang up your clothes on here. So, and when you're done, put it out there. If you're like packing or something and you just want to pull out some options, you can hang them up on there so you have somewhere to put them. But I think that is absolutely amazing. If this closet did not come with that, I was going to buy some of those. You can get those on Amazon. And I might add some to the cart just to show you guys that they do have them if you're looking for them. One of the reasons I loved this closet was because it came with nice, thick closet rods, and it was in the color that I wanted. So I wanted to do like a chrome, and that's what the closet came with from the seller on Facebook. If they didn't have that, I was just going to go ahead and buy it. So, but I didn't have to, so that's a good thing. One of the things also that I did in this closet, usually these hooks here were placed out here on the outside of the closet. I drilled my own holes and put them in the middle of the board versus out here to try to keep it a little more neat. Like I'll show you over here. Neat versus if it were out here, it would be sticking out to like here. And then that just ends up looking messy. Another thing that helps with organization in your closet is using toddler hangers. So these are 14-inch velvet hangers. I think the wall is actually 14 inches too. So these are perfect because they fit and they're not, like I said, sticking out a ton out of the closet like these, which I'm trying to kind of get rid of if I can. I'm trying to convert everything onto a small hanger if it'll stay. So here's a quick tour of the closet. All right, so we've got my dress area. We've got some clothes hanging there. We've got my drawers. We've got jewelry. We've got perfumes. I have sunglasses up there. I may reorganize this a little bit later, but sunglass boxes, my shoes, storage up top. Those baskets are from the Container Store. They were only $8 because, like I said, that sale. Then we have some more storage, clothes, and then my floating shelves. Now we'll go over to my husband's side. His side's a lot neater. So he doesn't have as many clothes as I do. And I feel like he has so many clothes, but apparently he doesn't. But I got this hat hanger from Amazon. His clothes are there. Same baskets from the Container Store. He has a jewelry organizer. His is 2 levels. So he can hang up his necklaces, or chains, I should say, on there. And I've already moved on to his side because those are my hats. Because I am using his side now because his isn't all the way full. So we have our laundry in here. That stuff wasn't in here when I did the reveal on Instagram or TikTok. And as you can see, I still have some paint and last minute things that are still lingering around just in case. There you can see the trim at the top and how that turned out. Which was very easy. I was worried about doing the trim at the top because I cannot stand crown molding, but this side was very easy because you could just go straight across. You didn't have to worry about doing a lot of cuts like I did on this side, but I made it. I was able to do it. I did add some picture frame molding to this wall. This is the wall. This is actually a shelf from the Home Depot or Lowe's. I cannot remember where I got it from, but I added that to just make it a little bit nicer, give it a little more flair versus just a plain wall. So that's all, you guys. If you are still watching, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my video on my closet renovation for less than $1,000. If you still have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I will definitely get back to you on any questions that you may have. Remember, I do have affiliate links for some of the items that I've had in my closet, especially some of the organization pieces that I have bought to help organize this closet once it was completed, and also some of the sources for actually building the closet. So thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok. I am all those places at Dr. Do It Yourself. And thank you so much.